Good afternoon and welcome inside the rinks at Exeter as we continue along here on this Saturday afternoon. A matchup here featuring Team Massachusetts. They are taking on Team Maine in this 2010 bracket. Still doesn't feel right to say that kids born in 2010 are now 13 years old, but time just continues to march on along, and it's one of those things where, as somebody who works in junior hockey, not so used to seeing such smaller bodies out on the ice, but we should be in for a pretty fun game here between Massachusetts and Maine. Mass are the visitors. They are wearing the maroon-colored uniforms, a la UMass Amherst. And for Maine, pretty fittingly, as the home team, they are clad in the traditional UMaine look with the blue, powder blue, I should say, uniforms. We will play two 20-minute periods. We'll make ice in between. And we'll see what transpires here in this opening period of play. Ryan Knox in goal to our right, number 50. He'll start for Massachusetts, going opposite of Grady Arguriel for Team Maine. Both teams just with one goaltender dressed on their respective rosters. It'll be Liam Ross digging in against Grady Stickney for the opening draw as we just get set to go here from Exeter. Massachusetts and Maine underway as Team Maine can control off that opening faceoff. Puck tipped ahead through neutral ice. Sent forward on for Hames. Try to push a pass on through. Instead sent the other way where Wing can flip in for Maine. And all the way up the wing on this freshly made sheet of ice. It'll carry all the way down, but not enough for icing. Ross given a bump by Stickney in back of the goal. As Massachusetts unable to hold the line, it's flipped back ahead, and now Stickney's got some room. Stickney towards the middle, nice pass, dropping it off, and there's the first save for Grady Arguriel as he sticks it up and out of play. First dangerous chance there. Stickney with some good patience, and that was Max Morgan right out in front. Face-off one, back to the line. A shot there is blocked. Flipped back in deep by Geiselman, who will pinch down the boards but cannot keep. Maine trying to break the other way. 3-on-2 briefly, but Fairbanks lost it in across the line, and it's an offside. Early here in this game, 1:07 played, no score. Face off just outside the Massachusetts zone. They'll battle for it at the draw. Maine will work it in. Coming out is Knox to try and leave it there behind the goal, but he was pressured. As it's sent up and out, back to neutral ice. McCormick for Maine banks it off the boards. Hit Boscaino's skate. Available at neutral ice. It's filtered on through, and it's Fairbanks in left wing side. He'll put on the brakes, but an errant pass could not find a teammate as Mass can collect. Played up to an open wing. Eric Gentile darting into the corner. He got ridden off the puck. Mass able to dig it out of the corner. A shot from the circle, and that's stopped into the corner by Arguriel. Maine looking to control here from within their own zone. Cole Bowditch waiting for help. Jaffe for Mass trying to gum the neutral zone up. Maine able to eventually get it into Massachusetts territory. But it has been the visiting team with more possession so far. As this puck is tipped ahead and now played on to the wing for Jaffe. He lost the handle, tried to get it back in the slot. Maine can transition back the other way. It is poked on free. A rolling puck can be gathered. Mass will look for an outlet here. Spavento, the defenseman, lost it at the red line. And it's played back in for Knox, the goaltender, to stop. A pass off of Stickney's skates. He'll gather, though, and accelerate. He might have a step now to the net, and he couldn't tuck it in around the right leg pad of Arguria. Maine survives a dangerous bid there so far. Grady Stickney has been the most active skater on either side. As Hames tries to send it ahead. It is gathered up by Philbin. Might have a 2-on-1 with Stickney. But it's off of Peel, the defender, and then turned aside. Peel with a pass. Couldn't be handled by Wing. Fresh on, Cohen Fairbanks. He got stood into there. Grady Stickney doing it all here in the opening 3.5 minutes. A couple of good scoring chances and a big hit there at center ice to knock Fairbanks down. Rimmed around by Maine for Fairbanks out of the corner. Tipped away from the goal mouth. Stickney up and ahead. Reitano finds a teammate. This is Max Morgan, but he was dispossessed. Pass up a vacated wing. Picked up in the Massachusetts zone and fiddled on ahead. Bank pass. Zachary McCormick stepping into the circle. Wrister there is blockered away by Knox. Now out in front, played off the short side by Fairbanks. Cleared up to the line, McCormick on the keep. As it's slapped ahead. A rolling puck, and Tolo makes sure it gets out to neutral ice. As Maine tries to reload quickly. Haven't had much to do on the attack, but they might have something here as a puck is centered. Shot was blocked as it skittered back across the slot to the near side. Another chance, dangerously close to Knox. It's speared away, though, and Massachusetts can outlet. Oh, a nice move there as darting in across the line. Could be a chance as on the backhand. Eric Gentile, the defenseman, took the puck for a skate and did not stop with it as he tucks the backhander in. 14:52 to go in the first. And Massachusetts opens the scoring here over Maine. It's been a good start for the visitors. And this time their second breakaway attempt ends up in the back of the net. A speedy move there from Gentile as right back in on the attack. Massachusetts unable to get anything through down the wall. Gentile with the goal. Drew Short picking up the assist. At least the primary helper, as this puck is chucked towards the short side. And a quick whistle as Arguriao can hold on to it long enough. Been a good start for Massachusetts. They're out shooting Maine 6-1. And not much the goaltender Arguriao could do on Gentile, who made a real nice move to the backhand. As off the draw, a quick shot blocked away. That went off the legs of Keegan Schmoll. Jaffe trying to send it around the goal, hoping for Gentile. Not a big body, but he tried to throw a check there. As Jaffe protects against Schmoll, finds Gentile. He'll pass back to the point. Gentile gets the return feed, swings it back nicely there. Shot all the way through and an easy save for Arguriao as Hakey tried his luck from distance. Face-off will be to the right of the main goal. Stickney off the draw, stepping forward. A shot there is stopped. Rebound available, and it's blocked out in front as it hit the legs of Graceffa. Maine looking for something here as it's taken in down the wall. Finton Bath ran out of space, but Heath was there to hold the line as it's in deep. Good check there in back of the goal. That was from Joshua Dion. Maine, though, with the puck, trying to cycle here as it's off the backside of the goal. Taken back by Mass and played on ahead. Could be an opportunity down the right wing side. Philbin catches up, and then he got knocked down, and a penalty coming up here against Maine. That was a check around the legs. And with 13-14 to go in the first, the game's first power play will go to Massachusetts. Have to remind myself to not call these teams the Minutemen or Black Bears, but the uniforms are pretty spot on to both respective schools. Peel with the penalty. Have to assume a trip was called. I did not see what the official signaled. Nonetheless, though, Massachusetts to the power play. They have 8 of the game's first 9 shots. And they lead it 1-0, trying to double things up here in this opening frame of play. Puck taken here in deep by Morgan. Tried the self-pass off the back of the net, lost the puck, though. And it's Austin Roy who tried to clear, couldn't. Long shot, that deflects wide. Buscaino could not send it through. And now Maine can finally sail it all the way down ice. Looks like we got a whistle here. Puck was played with a high stick. Buscaino tried to chop it down out of midair and just must have gotten a piece of it. Face-off will be down towards Ryan Knox. He's only faced the one shot so far. His team has had most of the control and as a result, most of the action. As Buscaino makes a nice move, finds Gentile, he'll hoist it ahead. Short could not advance past the red line, and Maine sends it back in where Knox can slow it down. Twisted on for Short. He'll find Gentile in across the line. Gentile with a shot, hoping for a tip. He had Short going to goal. Back to the line. Geiselman shoots. That's deflected. And another goal for Eric Gentile on the power play. His second of the period. A well-placed redirection there, and Massachusetts has a 2-0 lead. Both goals from number 2 here to start this game. Not only was the tip perfect, but it's not possible if not for that well-placed shot from Connor Geiselman, the defenseman. Let it go, a simple wrist shot. Especially for young players. Sometimes you might feel that every shot has to be this blistering slap shot. But as long as it's on goal, it can be fairly effective. In that time for Geiselman, he was able to find Gentile in front. And nothing the goaltender Arguriao could do on that one as it was tipped past him to the glove hand side. This is worked ahead now for Short. Short in across the line. Lost the handle as he was checked by Wing. Maine able to come on to a loose puck. Chugging it ahead is Peel. Peel's got some numbers. However, he played that off the skate of Sam Spavento. Maine unable to hold it. As McCormick cuts back in. Left wing side, tried a low angle shot. No trouble for Knox. Had the stick side shielded. Rumbling ahead, Grady Stickney, who has had an active start to this game. Pushes it into the corner for Philbin. Tried to play one out in front. It was off McCormick. Up to the line. It just gets out. Buscaino, though, will play it back in down the boards. Mass will change out. 9.5 gone by in this opening period. They've got a 2-0 lead over Maine. Both goals coming from Eric Gentile, his second on the power play. Battle for it here in front of the Massachusetts bench. Several players converging, and it's taken away by Stickney. Mass has controlled the play here. Shots 9-2. As that's off of Fairbanks' stick. He tried to wrestle one ahead. It's coughed right back up. In across the line. Bodic forced wide by Hakey, who sends him spinning into the corner. That pass launched ahead. Stickney would have had an odd man rush. Could have had a 2-on-0, but he ended up running into his own man. He'll reload it now in across the line. Getting around McCormick with ease. A shot stopped. Rebound also stopped on the doorstep. Arguriao continues to be busy as Massachusetts pushes it into double-digit shots. Back in over the line is Bork. He was stifled. And now Max Morgan has help with him in across the line. That shot off the glove of Arguriao. Maine sending it up the near side. Tolo was waiting for it. Trying to find an outlet is Schmoll. Off the stick of Greer. Greer will try and hound down his man, Spavento, who moves it D to D. Held in at the line by Maine. A couple of guys ran into each other there, and it forces the puck out. Jaffe on the intercept. Cuts back and drops one into the corner where he'll chase after it. Trying to spin away from him. Anders Hessen was able to protect and clear. No icing as Spavento back from his own zone. Puck took a funny carom there and got away from Jaffe, but it's picked up by Short nonetheless. As he tries to work his way in across the line. Short angle try. Oh, it broke off of Arguriao and nearly trickled in through the stick side. But another save for the Maine netminder as the shots get more and more lopsided here. 7:55 to go in the first. They are 12-2 now. As Heath looks to pinch in. Got tossed down by Jaffe, who tips the puck ahead to Short. 2-on-1 with Gentile. Short holds, tried to thread it across, and a great play made there defensively by Peel, who hit the deck. Back to the point, wrist shot all the way through, and hugging that to his chest. Arguriao can get a stoppage, a much needed one at that for Maine. 7:28 to go in the first, and they need an answer here to Massachusetts, who has a 2-0 lead and a 13-2 shots advantage. Off the draw, it's worked back to the point. Back down the wall, return to Philbin, who was crunched along there. Pass intercepted and skated ahead. Bath able to tip this around. Hakey, he might have a step shooting, and Knox able to close the 5-hole there. Good save for Ryan Knox. Haven't had to say his name too often here in this first, but that was Maine's best bid coming off the stick of Finton Bath. Stickney towards the middle. He'll step in and he'll ring the post. He could easily have two here in this period. Grady Stickney missed a breakaway earlier and then caught some crossbar there after making a nice move into the slot. This is centered off Arguriao. Back to the line. Heavy shot deflected out in front, and Arguriao another save. That went off the right arm as this puck off of Philbin, who was battling out in front. Maine survives that and gets it out ahead to Fairbanks. Trying to get around his check. Hakey there with a good stick lift, and he'll guide Fairbanks into the end wall. There have been a couple of odd deflections in this first period in front of Arguriao. As stretching the ice again, this is Morgan moving in, and he shot it wide. Arguriao stood with him. At the rate this period is going, Maine will be fortunate to only trail by 2. As Grady Arguriao has turned aside 14 shots already. This puck launched all the way down. It'll be on goal, though. Knox able to handle this. I played goal growing up, and I don't think at that age I would have had the confidence to play the puck. It's one of those skills that for a young goaltender can take a while to develop. When you're starting out, you're just so focused on stopping the puck. Then your coach asks you to set it up behind the net or maybe execute a breakout pass every once in a while. It's a big responsibility back there. As Bork's pass was cut off, Bork got it back in tight quarters. Maine just unable to find an open seam as they'll just rim it around the wall. Geiselman trying to spear it ahead, got some help, and it's ahead for Gentile, who could not rag it forward. Hessen in across the line. That shot punched away by Knox. It'll skitter towards the front of the net, cleared away by Geiselman. But Maine can control it in deep as it's centered now bottom of the circle. Shot, though, was fanned on. And Massachusetts can break out here. Jaffe on for Gentile, 3-on-2. Nice saucer pass, Jaffe trying to return to Short, who was out in front, but the backhander was blocked. Pass played on ahead. Liam Ross in across the line, trying to drag it into the middle. Too many red sweaters there. As Ross along the far boards, converged upon by two Massachusetts players. And it's Short, who's able to just flick it out to center. Under 4 minutes to go in the first. Wing in across the line. That shot low and wide. Massachusetts with a 2-0 lead here. Puck centered and deflected towards goal. Heath with another chance. It ricochets off a leg into the slot. Ross turns right on and Knox with a good save there, point blank. A good shift there for Maine in the attacking zone. They haven't had too many of those. Trying to get back into this game and cut this 2-0 deficit down a notch. Errant pass taken. Spavento, D to D, and it's moved ahead for Stickney. Stickney trying to get through Heath. Centering feed, it's tipped towards goal. Argaria was down as it's centered again, pushed towards him. He sticks it back into the pile as it's flipped up to the line, and Spavento just could not keep it in. As the puck bobbled over his blade, it's offside with 2:50 to go in the first period of play. We'll make a fresh sheet of ice and return for another 20-minute period. Playing 40-minute games here in Exeter this weekend. As Bath trying to split the defense. He's got a step towards goal, and the backhander is turned away by Knox, who has gotten the better of Bath now twice. Maine starting to get some more chances, though, as it's another offside. And Knox, who's had a quiet start to this game, all of a sudden in the last few minutes, pressed into making some nice saves. That one in particular, a point-blank chance, and he got the paddle to it. Reitano able to win the draw, and Biscayno had his pass cut down right at the Maine blue line, but it's a quick re-entry. Morgan slowed down a bit there. He could not get through Hessen. At the line, Biscayno able to keep it in as a centering feed from Matolo never got to its intended target. Bath able to work around Biscayno, and now it's Fairbanks with some space. Centering feed, he couldn't find Schmoll, the defenseman who had jumped in. Now Maine trying to get back as Morgan was stood into there. A good shoulder from Anders Hessen. Puck played in by Maine. Penalty coming up here on the play. We'll have a tripping call. This will be against Massachusetts. And for Maine, perhaps just what they needed here. A late power play in period number one, trailing 2-0. Reitano to the box. Massachusetts with a power play goal in this period from Gentile, his second, to make it 2-0. He's out there killing this penalty with Short. It is Geiselman and Spavento as the quartet. Short trying to play one to goal. Massachusetts short-handed here. Short finally lost the puck. Got it right back, though, as it's turned over. Short, blind backhand feed, and McCormick left his feet to block it. Picked up by Gentile, tried the Michigan move in back of the net. Puck did not sit on his blade. The net is off its peg as Gentile continues to protect the puck, and now we finally get a whistle. He's certainly shown his skill already in this opening period of play, and he tried the old lacrosse move there in back of the goal. You see that done now more and more, or at least more and more attempts. Personally, I'm all for it. Object of the game is to score, and however you can do it, especially if it's in a creative fashion, why not? Final minute of the first. Maine trying to go to work on the power play, but unable to get anything going here. A short, again, short-handed, trying to split the defense. He got hauled down, and he'll draw a penalty. That will shoot this power play down for Maine just 55 seconds into it. And not what the home side was looking for here with a late power play opportunity. We'll send Heath to the box, and we'll have 4-on-4 to conclude this first period of play. Off the draw, Jaffe tried to poke it back to the point. Played on across to Hakey. And now Jaffe unable to get it around Bath, who clears the zone. Hakey slowly carries it in, waits for help. Finds Gentile, who's closed off along the boards. Hakey with a shot all the way through. A stick save made for Arguriao. Final 10 seconds here in the first. Mass looking for one last shot if they can get it. As a pass intended for Gentile goes through his skates. He'll backtrack, though, and safely play it. As the first period comes to an end, all Massachusetts in that opening 20 minutes. They get 2 goals from Eric Gentile to lead Maine 2-0 after 1. We'll start the second period 4-on-4. There are 21 seconds left in Reitano's penalty, and then Massachusetts will take over on a shortened power play. But after 20, it's Mass 2 and Maine 0 here from the rinks at Exeter.